there, my name is Seelbeck, and you rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. Rumors. We have lots of rumors. I'm always reminded that that scene in the middle of Alien 3, the one with Paul McGann in, but it's cut out. By the way, go and check out the director's cut of that. That has the whole like story arc for Paul McGann's character in there. It's really quite good. It's so much better than the I was going to say transmitted as the release version. I think Alien. What's it called? Alien 3? I guess it's called Alien 3. Yeah, they didn't have having Suffix X. But then you have Brian Glover, who goes, "This is rumor control," and he like talks about all the rumors and he tries to dispel them and says, "There's no alien, nothing's going on." And at that moment, an alien comes down from the ceiling, grabs him, and sucks him up into the ceiling. Probably not to make friends. Probably. So this is rumor control. I got a lot of rumors to go over with you. A lot of rumors. Plus, we got to read an article from Screen Rant where they go, "Yeah, Doctor Who is really crap. I mean, the current one, it's really got nothing to do with the stunning and brave Jodie Whittaker. She is freaking fantastic. She'll be better if she was more in a box most of the time, then we couldn't see her. But I don't know, she is freaking fantastic, right? So we're going to be reading that, and I am going to try not to urinate while laughing. Okay, so that's the plan. That's the plan for this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy me not urinating on myself. But hey, you know what? I want to keep an element of chance there. I might piss myself. It might happen. It might actually happen. If it does, I am an honest guy. I'm going to report it all to you. Okay, before we get it, can you hit the like button? Freaking awesome. Thank you very much. I like to be liked. I like my videos to be liked. I like liking in general. Can you hit the share button? You know, like, people shouldn't have to go on the interwebs to find out these rumors, right? They should just come here. It's much easier, and most of them we can just take the piss out of. Mostly hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button today. Make a rabbi happy. Make a rabbi happy. But it's in such a simple way. Clicking the subscribe button. So there you go. There you go. Hitting the subscribe button is how you make rabbis happy. I hope I've educated you in your way. You mean you got to find a rabbi with a YouTube channel. So look, force you here. Hit the subscribe button. Mostly. If you want to elate me, if you want to make my nipples tingle with excitement, listen. I'm not sure if you do want to do that, but you know, I can't imagine why you wouldn't. Go check out my Indiegogo. Go check out my Indiegogo. It's in the video notes right now. It's the campaign's going pretty darn well. For I would say for Doctor Who fans, for sci-fi fans in general. This is a reasonably good, a reasonably good purchase. I got to the point where I need to monetize the channel. That's basically the bottom line. I need to monetize the channel. I don't want to do memberships. I don't want to say, oh, you're a better viewer than. I don't like that. So I'm offering you two, not one, two graphic novels, which I think are of genuine worth. They're both meaty books. One's 100 pages, one's 220 pages. Go check them out. And you also get in this package the For the Male Gaze art card series. You may recognize one or two of the subjects there. Poor Nicola Bryant. This is Paul Perry, I should say. This is an unknown episode of Doctor Who, an unseen episode of Doctor Who, where she got a terrible fever in bed. Had to take off all her clothes. Because the environmental controls were just way too hot. But you know, fortunately, I think she recovered from them. Judge Anderson, don't even think it's citizen. So you get these 4 art cards. Okay, by the end of the campaign, we're doing well enough. I think there's going to extend to like 10 cards and Imperium. I'm hoping that one of the books is going to be expanded by another. Whoever, 5, 10, 15, maybe 20 pages. That'd be freaking awesome. It all depends how we do. The better we do, the better we all do. That's the bottom line. So go check it out. If it's not for you, if you can share it, freaking awesome. Thank you very much. I am ridiculously grateful. And I really am. I am ridiculously grateful. Just go check it. Oh, by the way, there's a sale on as well. There's 31 left in that sale price. It's normally $45 for both books. You get them right now for $5 off if you want the next 31 people to buy. And you know, it's ticking down pretty darn steadily. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at the Doctor Who rumors. Now this is a weird account. It popped up recently, about 3 or 4 days ago. DW Rumor Monger. So who cares? So what? Who cares? Always a good question to ask anything. Then I went through these rumors, and a lot of them seemed to seg into other rumors I heard. And they all seem reasonably credible. Let's just go through all of them. There are 12 in all. Okay, there are 12 in all. Rumor, colon. Big announcement coming from BBC on Doctor Who Future, March 8th. So I've heard rumors that there is a big announcement coming. in March. I heard March 23rd, but March 8th. It sounds reasonable. It sounds reasonable that it seems a bit dead out there, right? And although Chris Chibnall is not great at marketing, or promoting, so I don't know. I really don't know what the story is with that, but that sounds reasonable. And listen, I guess we'll find out by March 8th, right? That's a pretty easy one to debunk, but that sounds reasonable. Rumor. Amanda Gill will be leaving the show in episode 4. I've heard this as well. That she's only in 4 episodes, and what's the name? Dan, John, whatever his name is in the other 4. And they're worried about overcrowding the TARDIS, which is one of the many complaints that that people had. But here's something else. And this might pan out to be true. Her character Yaz will be killed off. So they've always been really scared about doing that in Doctor Who. Do you remember when Rose Tyler left? She had the promo was, "This is a story how I died," and you're like, "What? You're gonna kill Rose Tyler?" And then she didn't. And Russell T was like, "Well, of course we're not gonna kill Rose Tyler. Yeah, this is Doctor Who. This is not the show for that." Chris Chibnall's a moron. However, Chris Chibnall is a utter imbecile and has a very, very, very bad idea of what to do with Doctor Who. I think that's not an opinion statement at this point. I think there's enough data in to go, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, listen, that sounds reasonable with Chris Chibnall. Season 13 of Doctor Who will begin in late August 2021. I thought we're looking more September, October. Late August seems, again, who knows? Yeah, who knows? We'll run for 8 weeks. No Christmas or New Year's special this year or 2022. Hasn't been, see, that one I don't really believe so much, right? Because I'll say it hasn't been performing well. It performed better than anything else the BBC put out, I think. Any other drama. I call it drama laughingly. So I don't see that being the case, right? That seems unlikely to me. Doctor Who Season 13 will be the last show to be showed on BBC TV. This is interesting, and this is something I actually believe. From 2022, the series will be streaming only. I think the BBC are planning on moving over completely to iPlayer in preparation for being a streaming service. That it seems like, yeah, that's the only thing. And so the other rumor I heard in that ballpark is that they're going to drop all 8 episodes in one go. So that's again, listen. Oh, that'll be agony for me because, like, at least I get a week in between them before I have to review them. They're awful. They're absolutely awful. But maybe they think if they drop them all in one go, the individual awfulness of them won't be that noticeable. Okay, rumour. As part of the HBO deal, production of Doctor Who will cease in Cardiff. Will move to Warner's Leatherden Studios. So this is something I have heard multiple sources. There's an alternative production setting up in Leatherden Studios, which is just outside London. And Chris Chibnall's role is being massively reduced, which I think one of these rumors is going to address. So when that first came out, that they were taking there was a production starting in different studios. People were asking, is it an alternative production? Is it like an American version? Is it a movie version? This makes a lot more sense than anything else that had been put out. So yeah, moving from Cardiff. Look. Chris Chibnall has destroyed Doctor Who inside and out, right? 100% he's destroyed Doctor Who. Rumour, BBC seriously considering Irish actress Aileen Bee to be the first non-British Doctor Who. Wait a minute, there's been non-British? Well, she's Irish. I mean, isn't Scottish as British as Irish? I don't know. My ignorance may be shown, but here, let's have a look who Alison Bee is. See if I recognize her from anything. Let's go for images. That's basically, this is how I try to, don't recognize her at all. Don't recognize her at all. What's she been in? Oh, she's been in something. No, that's, okay. So let's have a look at her IMDb. Let's see. Oh, Wikipedia, right? It was in it. Aisling Bee. Aisling Bee is professionally known as Aileen Bee, is an Irish comedian, actress, songwriter. Okay. So, acting credits, let's see. Okay, she's a real actress, and look, she's got a real resume. See if I'm looking to see if I recognize anything in this. Drunk history. That well, yeah. We all have our own drunk histories. The Fall. I think I saw The Fall. With Gillian Anderson, right? I don't know. None of these things ring a bell, right? I haven't seen it in anything. Okay, fair enough. I'm kind of fine with that, right? Let's go back to rumor. Let's go back to the rumors. Opening up Rumor Monger. So they're talking about this woman, Alison B. Who cares? Rumor. BBC to appoint female showrunner on Doctor Who from 14th season, replacing Chibnall. So the Maxine Allerton is the name I've heard suggested many times. I think she wrote The Villa of Dildo Orti. Well, it was awful. It was an awful episode in an awful season. Just boring. That was the one where they did like quadrilles. They went in to visit Byron. It was dull. It was dull. It was not like Doctor Who. It was a boring show. It was more like, and I think this is the other show she was on, the Discovery of Witches. It just seemed, listen, yeah, this is something that you cannot say in 2021. There are men and there are women, and men and women are somewhat different. And so those differences are somewhat defined, and those differences are physical and internal and psychological, and in every way. I think men and women are somewhat different. You can feel when something's written by a woman, right? You can feel something's written. Now that doesn't mean women can't write science fiction. That would be insane, right? But I would say they're an outlier rather than the norm, and they want to say no, it's a norm. Everybody can do everything. No, men and women are different. That's just kind of reality. I'm sorry you don't like reality. That's still what it is for the vast majority of human beings, right? Through the entirety of human history. And I'm sorry if that upsets anybody, but it still happens to be the case. Christian being excluded from casting process for new Doctor Who, only new showrunner involved. Seems reasonable. Listen, I can't believe that anybody's made as much of a pig's ear out of Doctor Who. Out of any TV show, right? Out of any TV show whatsoever, and there'll be no blowback in his career. But I don't know. Alex Kurtzman seems to be doing fine. This one I heard from another source. At least one Doctor Who season, 13 episodes will be feature length, 75 minutes or longer. Well, they said they were going to make them longer as well. Don't you remember when Chris Chibnall said we're only doing 10 episodes, but they're going to be an hour long each? And really, you could have kept it, but they turned out not to be either. They turned out to be like 50 minutes. Anything else? Only auditioning women for 14th Doctor. Well, of course, yeah. That's pretty much. I don't know anybody would argue about. BBC wanted Jodie Whittaker to stay. Hope she'll sign a new contract up to X's, but couldn't agree pay. Well, that's interesting. I mean, I'm surely they're not collecting her pay to her performance, which has not been good. Last of the rumours. Although reduced the pandemic, they will not restore the lost episodes. It will be 8 episodes from moving forward. Yeah, and no more specials. Yeah. That is the great Chris Chibnall for you. I believe every single one of those, mostly, apart from the ones I said I don't. Okay. Let's look at Screen Rant, which is always a good barometer to see how Chris Chibnall's doing. By the way, I'd just like to remind you, go check out my Indiegogo. There you go. Just like throw that in there. Why not? Now, Indiegogo has carried water for the Chris Chibnall era. Very, very much so. Ever since Jodie Whittaker said she's leaving, then it became okay to attack Chris Chibnall, which has been kind of hilarious, because he's like, I was your friend. I was your little friend. Yeah, no, you weren't anybody's friend. Bad writing and too many claims are just some of the many issues with Doctor Who during the Jodie Whittaker's flawed tenure in the TARDIS. They are some of the issues. One of the issues, which I'm going to make a guess, they're not going to address. And by the way, something I'm going to address is the terrible Photoshop on this thumbnail. Freaking awful. They're not going to address is Whittaker's performance. Whittaker's performance has, in my opinion, been absolutely dire. Like, just unwatchably bad. What the hell's going on with that? I don't know. I don't know why she gave such a bad performance. Chris Chibnall obviously will take some of the blame for it, because he advised her poorly. That's really what he advised her. Said, no, don't watch any Doctor Who. And the thing is, she doesn't really like Doctor Who. She certainly doesn't respect it. I mean, I say so. That's it. If she does, he has a weird way of displaying it. So yeah, look, her performance has just been absolutely dire. I'm sorry. Jodie Whittaker was an inspired choice to take over the title of Doctor Who. Nah, not so much. Not so. I'm not saying anything you can base that on, right? I haven't seen anything where I go, oh, that'd be interesting. Nothing. And there are many women I would thought could be a good Doctor. I liked what's her name? Oh, I can't remember. She's in her Dark Materials now, or his Dark Materials. And she was in the Prisoner remake, which wasn't very good, but she was very good in it. She was in Lone Ranger, which I thought was really good. I really enjoyed the Johnny Depp Lone Ranger. Her name will come back, but I thought she would have been great, right? I thought she would have been. There are several people who would have been great. Jodie Whittaker is just like, again, the falsehood I think is we're being sold is men and women are identical and interchangeable. No, the truth is men and women are equal and have intrinsic equality, but they're not interchangeable. They're not the same. I mean, generally speaking, not for just for 99% of humanity, for the entirety of human history, they're not the same. So you can have outliers who who are masculine or more feminine, but you can't just go, oh, look, anybody can do it. No, because they can't, because she can't. And I haven't seen anything, and I defy anybody to show me something, that to indicate that she can perform the role, and you can also use her episodes as evidence that she can perform the role, which I don't think is an argument you're going to be able to make, right? I don't think it's an argument you're going to be able to sustain. Jodie Whittaker was inspired. No, she wasn't. But inconsistent writing, that's going to be consistently awful. It's been consistently terrible, and overcrowded TARDIS have kept her version of the Time Lord disparagingly earthbound. No, there's lots of spacebound ones. The show, a sci-fi institution, has been around in some form for 7 decades and counting, is undergoing something of a slump in popularity. Oh, you noticed, did you? You see, I don't know if it's Whittaker leaving that made them go, oh, look, it's going pretty bad, or the slump in popularity is just so, evident. That they can, it's hard to deny. Although they deny it, they go, no, it's Netflix. Oh, Netflix means Doctor Who gets low ratings. No. Doctor Who being garbage means Doctor Who gets low ratings. This is a true shame because Whittaker's magnificent role. I beg to differ. In fact, I don't beg. I'm not begging to differ. I differ. I genuinely differ. Melda Doctor's weirdo energy with a complete incompetence and stupidity. No, she's going to go with a kind-hearted team player that has results in the warmest, most inviting Doctor in the modern era. No, she's not. She's warm and inviting if you happen to share her politics. She's one of the Twitterati, right? She's warm and inviting if you share her politics. If you don't share her politics, you're an evil person, right? And she's a moron, so she has moronic politics. That's why she's one of the Twitterati. Whittaker aside, the current iteration of the series is unquestionably riddled with problems. Okay, but here's the thing. In the New Year special, Revolution of Daleks, they quite wisely sidelined her for. I thought they were going to do it for more, but not quite. But pumped up Captain Jack, and somehow made Captain Jack the one who come in to rescue her because she couldn't rescue herself because she's useless, right? She's utterly useless. But like when I was reviewing season 12, particularly season 12. Whenever she was on screen, whatever their goodness there was, and there wasn't much. I mean, I like the Sideman design. Was just blown out the water by her just wrecking ball of a performance. Well, let's see. Okay, let's agree to differ on the Whittaker thing. Let's see what else you don't like. Struggles around identity for since Stephen Moffat left as head writer in 2017. Moffat's era was not without his critics, myself included. But blimey, you don't know how good you got it until you don't have it anymore. But the series knew what it was trying to do, telling fantastic tales about a madman in a magic box of a fairy tale whimsy turned some viewers off. Well, they kind of moved away from that in the final years. Yeah, especially with Capaldi. But it was without question a winning formula. It absolutely was. Well, listen, you had a charismatic, attractive man as the lead who could play the role, who respected the role, right? That's something that's really lacking. Really lacking. I think a male lead. I was open for a female Doctor, but I think a male lead is the way to go. Just in terms of getting the best ratings, because you have. Boys can emulate, look up to, they have a male hero they look up to. Girls tend to like attractive men. Again, the vast majority of people are heterosexual. I think, again, this is something they don't want to tell you in media or the news media or the entertainment media. The majority of people are heterosexual. The vast majority of people, and that's not to say if you're not heterosexual, you're a bad person. The vast minority of people are Jewish. I'm Jewish. The vast minority of Jews are religious. I'm religious. I was going to say the minority of religious Jews fat. That much I don't know. But it doesn't matter that you're a minority, right? It doesn't. But don't say you're an equal demographic, because you're not. So girls would have preferred it, boys preferred it. The only people who didn't prefer it is the tiny little group of piss babies that live on Twitter, right? That tiny little clump. They did know, because they want to very, very, very unsubtly brainwash you that women and black people are people too. So the problem with that is, the overwhelming problem with that is, most people think women and black people are people too. People are like, well, what? Why are you telling me that, you racist scum? Okay, quality goes out the window whenever they propagandize, because all it is propaganda. They don't need to have a quality TV show. As I say, it's just not been a very successful experiment. Have you seen Star Trek Discovery? Garbage. Have you seen this Doctor Who? Garbage. Have you seen the sequel trilogy? Garbage. And now the MCU, the MCU is here. You got this, again, Mary Sue character, very, very demeaningly a black woman, we believe women and black people are people too. And if you're going to propagandize that to convince us that, it's offensive and it destroys the quality of your show. There's that you might want to consider, right? Doctor Who has endured creative lulls over the decades-long existence. So this is arguably the first serious lapse in quality since it was revived back in 2005. There we agree. Listen, we're stronger together, baby. We're stronger together. To lay out all that defeat of Whittaker is completely unfair. I agree with you. I do agree with it will be unfair. But to say it's nothing to do with her is also unfair. Since she's pretty clearly the best thing about the show. No, Graham was these days. And I'm glad that you like her in it, right? But I think you just like it there being a woman Doctor Who, because you think that girls can't relate to a male hero. They need a feminine hero. And they also think women can't create a hero that would be as popular as Doctor Who. So they have to piggyback on it. Again, all this seems a little bit sexist to me. But anyway, whatever. The fault lies with two different problems. One easily solvable, the other one not so much. Okay. Let's see what the problems are. Jodie Whittaker's Doctor was immediately saddled with 3 full-time companions, Graham, Bradley Yaz, and Ryan Sinclair. But the problem with those 3 companions, other than taking screen time from Jodie Whittaker, was they weren't characters. They had one, Bradley Walsh, managed to infuse Graham with actually some 3-dimensionality, right? And I don't think it was on the script, because it was the same person writing the script for Yaz and for Ryan, and they're both 2-dimensional ciphers. They're both just like, I'm a skin color and a gender. Ryan, they tried to do something really funky by making her into the screaming companion, from the female screaming companion from the 60s. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Although I was watching Visitation last night, and I forgot, Adric tripped over and and twisted his ankle. So yeah, it seems to me that trick isn't quite as new as you think it was. That was 81. What was that? Only 40 years old, right? It's only a 40-year-old trick, but no, you're stunning and brave, and pushing new boundaries. Aren't you great? There's nothing particularly wrong with any of these characters. They're not characters. They're 2-dimensional. They're boring. Especially Yaz. But none of them stand out as particularly memorable either. Yes, because they're not characters. They don't offer anything new as far as companions go, often feeling like the greatest hits of better characters. Well, that's the Chris Chibnall era. It feels like the greatest hits of. It feels like a cover band doing Doctor Who really badly, really insanely badly. Basically, all the characters, even if they're on the same level as Donna Noble or Rose Tyler, these three companions essentially means little to no time for any of them to grow to fully formed characters. I disagree. Russell T Davies could have made them all into fully formed characters. It's killing me. I'm only on episode 3 of It's a Sin, and yeah, go back and see my live show, my live stream for my review on that. When I finish it, I'm going to do a review on the whole season, which isn't what you think, but probably what you think. Anyway, so yeah, listen, he sketched out those characters incredibly quick. How many characters are in there? There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm getting 6 disparate characters that have all taken a lot of screen time. They've had less screen time than the entirety of Doctor Who, of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who put together, and I know who every one of them were, and I knew who they were by the second episode, right? I knew who they were instantly. It's not that they take away Jodie Whittaker's, time for Jodie Whittaker, it's just they don't have the talent to pull it off. So yeah, listen, that's a logical argument you're making. It doesn't bear the facts, unfortunately. Modern Doctor is generally a much more manically paced endeavor that the character happens to fly, the development happens on the fly, and for that to work, there needs to be a solid foundation of the companions, and the current 3 simply never had. Graham Ryan are leaving the show before season 30. The new companion, Dan, will take their place, or maybe take Yaz's place as well, according to those rumors. 2 companions have rarely proven a good idea either, but it's unquestionably better than 3. Yeah, it's not going to be. It's not going to be. She's awful, okay? She's awful. When Moffat departed in 2017, he was replaced by Chris Chibnall as executive producer and head writer. We call it showrunner. Chibnall first rose to prominence in the UK during his wildly successful thriller Broadchurch. Listen, he wrote a bunch of episodes of Doctor Who, and I think he was passable when they had somebody, had somebody more talented had him on a leash. Apparently, he wrote a bunch of episodes of the Boba Fett TV show that never got made before George Lucas sold Star Wars to Disney. Yeah, he was in the rise with Matthew Graham. Go figure. Is there the feature Broadchurch that featured both Whittaker and former Doctor David Tennant? Yes, because he's lazy. He's lazy. And look, Whittaker was a minor role in it. I mean, he wasn't the star of the show. She was a small one, and that's basically what she can do. She's not lead material. She's too weak, at least not in this, right? She's just not lead material. That said, Broadchurch was a dark, grim show that shared little tonal or thematic DNA with Doctor Who. Chibnall is a lifelong Doctor Who fanatic. I don't think you are. Right, I think you're a lifelong Doctor Who dick. I don't think you're a fanatic, because he was a dick back in the day when he went in, was it 87, when he went on Open Air and lambasted Pip and Jane Baker, and he's probably been a dick all the time ever since. He written for both the main series and Torchwood spin-off, and he was good when he ran Torchwood. Weirdly enough, right? That second season of Torchwood, I think, is one of the best before becoming a head writer, but that passion hasn't really equaled strong storytelling. No, it hasn't. Well, I'm glad we agree again. Chibnall's first season felt listless. Yeah, there was no monsters in it, or villains, or aliens. It's kind of dark. You kind of want those in Doctor Who. It avoided most classic villains and tropes. Yes, we wanted to do something completely different. You did something completely different. You made it garbage. Oh, well, thank you. Well done, Chibs. Glad they went into fresh and tropes to freshen up the series, but the result felt like it lacked direction on purpose. It did lack direction on purpose. Chibnall also loaded the TARDIS with new characters without bothering to give the audiences a reason to root for them. Well, listen, that's just progressive storytelling 101. Was it WandaVision? I did my review of that last night. And again, they dropped this character in out of nowhere into the MCU, and you're supposed to love her and root for her. Couldn't care less about it. She just is kind of annoying to me. Reason to root for her beyond that they're friends with the Doctor. There's no reason to root for this Doctor, quite frankly. Dull as his first season could be, the second series showed signs of life before completely falling off the rails. Yes, I was excited. Let's go back to my channel. You'll see. But just before it came out, I said, I'm ready to give it another try. I was ready to have my heart broken again by Doctor Who. It was so much worse. The Timeless Child plot is a loser and threatens to upend way too much Doctor Who history in service of a lousy Chosen One arc for the Doctor that betrays what the character is supposed to be about. Look, I think the Doctor can be a Chosen One. You know, I don't think it has to be an aimless wanderer. I think Doctor Who works both ways. Like, I like the Sylvester McCoy years, and I like the Tom Baker years, you know. I like all of Doctor Who. I like all of Doctor Who up until, Capaldi left. But I'm planning, by the way, I think I'm going to re-edit Twice Upon a Time. So Whittaker the Capaldi regenerates into Hartnell, and then we'll start the cycle. That way you get kind of a closed, singular narrative. Rumours have been swirling that Whittaker may be departing the show after her upcoming third season. Yeah, I just read them at the beginning of this video. That would be a shame since she deserves a long, successful run, which she really hasn't been set up for yet. She's not going to get along. 2 years in, you've destroyed your audience. You're not going to get a successful run. In many ways, she echoes the fate of Peter Davison, Doctor cast after the monstrally popular Tom Baker. I like Peter Davison. As I said, I watched The Visitation last night. Departing from after a 7-year run, Davison's fresh-faced, earnest Doctor was hamstrung by a wildly inconsistent writing and a flood of underwhelming companions. No, you've never seen it, have you, moron? Oh my God, it was very good. It was very good. No companions. It's too late to salvage the Davison era. It doesn't need to be salvaged. The Davison era is so much freaking better than this. There's little hope for Whittaker. The easiest, though most impossible way of fixing the show will be to bring in a new head writer. Well, that seems to be on the card. Maxine, that, yeah, it would be able to bring in a new head writer if they were any good. If they've only done crap, it might mean they're going to do more crap Doctor Who. Chibnall has never been a great Doctor Who writer, and he's shown little sign of improvement as a sci-fi storyteller over his first 2 seasons. The reality is that Chibnall is likely not going anywhere, since he's an important in-demand creator at the BBC. Is keen to keep happy. Really? I know. I think he was at the beginning of this. I think now he's toxic waste, right? I don't see anybody like going, oh, we got to keep him around. Yeah, no. Barring some sort of viewership collapse, which we've had, Chibnall is likely to reign for a long haul. We've had a viewership collapse, right? That's actually happened. You know, it makes you wonder. What would it take to get him fired at this point? That means the show is likely to improve only incremental pieces for the foreseeable future, but there are still ways to make it tangibly a better experience. Don't watch it. That does make it a better experience. Another better experience is taking your fist. Take a fist and shove it up your ass. Shove it up your ass. That's a much more entertaining experience than watching Doctor Who. Actually, although the most entertaining thing I think you can do as an alternative to watching Doctor Who. Now, I never done this. This was a suggestion from Artie Lang, back when he was on the Howard Stern show. He said, if you only got $100 in your bank account, put $500 on a football game, like I guess American football game, with a book in. Your legs are going to get broken if you don't win, right? That's going to be the best game you've ever seen. That's going to be don't gamble. Actually, gambling's one of the few vices I don't have. Do you have any idea what you have to go through to get money? I'm not gambling it away. It's a night. You know what you got to go through to get money? You got to go and you got to beg people to buy your freaking comic books. Go buy my comic book. They're pretty good. Go check them out. Anyway, for one thing, the series should refocus. Technically better. For one thing, refocus attention on the Doctor herself. Yes, and less on companions. Yeah, but this Doctor's a moron, and they write her like a moron. It's not me imprinting on it. Like, yeah, her moronic plan in the Dalek story recently was to call in other more dangerous Daleks to deal with the lesser dangerous Daleks and then work it out from there, and they had no plan. They're like, yeah, she's a moron. Don't focus on her because it just makes her look bad. There have been the times when the show has chosen to spotlight a companion over the title character, but interestingly, dynamic companions are needed for that to work, and there aren't currently any that fit that bill. Yeah, look, they try and tell us that Yaz is the bestest ever. Oh, the bestest ever. You're my best officer, Yaz. You've never come into work, and you've never seen me before, and you're never going to see me again. But you're my bestest officer. I need you, Yaz. Oh, but I need you too. Oh, Yaz, I'm so impressed with it. Yeah, no. It's a question of show and not tell. If you're telling us, it means you can't show us, right? The show also needs to embrace a sense of humor and manic pacing again. Yeah, and their jokes don't work. The reason Doctor Who has found any success is with the under eights. It's with the really young group who view it kind of like as a step between Teletubbies and I don't know, whatever, Button Moon. See, I'm dating myself. I have no idea what the. I think Peppa Pig, right? This is the Peppa Pig. So this is a step between Teletubbies and Peppa Pig. That's where Doctor Who is nowadays. The golden age of Doctor Who seems a long way away these years. Well, it's only 3 years. Seems a long way away these years. 1 year love, another 2 years of Capaldi. But there's no way the fault of Jodie Whittaker. It's partially the fault of Jodie Whittaker. Like, I don't understand how you keep saying it that makes it so. Her performance has been very, very bad. Like, she can't run down a corridor, right? She can't use a sonic screwdriver with any authority. With it, like, she acts like it's a magic wand. So yeah, she's single-handedly making the show watchable at this point. No, she's not. You're making it unwatchable. Again, vive la difference. You have a different opinion to me. And why are you presenting your opinions like facts? They're not. She's not. I think a lot of the audience don't think she is either, especially the normal audience. She's doesn't have it making the show great again. I'm surprised they use that phrase before she exits the TARDIS for the next moment. Whether or not that can happen under Chris Chibnall remains to be seen, but the show needs to try something drastic before the next regime inevitably take over. Yeah, you need to just forget this. Forget all of this. Forget all of this and just reboot, and forget it ever happened, right? Forget about it. But one thing you shouldn't forget, this has been a recurring theme of this video, My Indiegogo. 2 freaking awesome books. I think you will like both of them. Go check them out. My name is Elon Becker, and you're from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.